Hello boys and girls, Busternaut here, and welcome to this World of Tanks replay. Today, Zolo 47 will be driving the Tier 9 American medium tank, the T-54E1. Now, he has found himself in a really nice matchup, where he's a top tier tank, and there are no artillery. Now obviously he's playing on the Lakeview map, and it's encounter mode, so he's heading for that city. Now on encounter mode, when a lot of people from your team go into that valley behind the mountains, the game pretty much is a disaster most of the times, but not when Zolo 47 is in this match. So as you can see here, a lot of his teammates are in that valley, and the reason why I'm saying this, that the people that go into the valley are useless, is because usually not a lot of players are there, and when the engagement there is over, those people from the team really rarely can go back and help at the cap, because the terrain there in the valley is really bad, and the tanks have reduced maneuverability. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, when you found yourself in an encounter game, it's better to go for the city, and that's exactly what Zolo 47 is doing here. Now he's going to go into this position right here to try and spot the enemies that come through that back road on the edge of the map, right where he's looking at, but he doesn't spot anyone. Now there are two enemies spotted near the capture circle, and they are even capping, but on encounter it takes twice as long to cap, so usually you don't have to worry about the capping enemies. You can always reset them, and looks like that Zolo 47's team have a lot more players in the city than the enemies, so that's good as well. There's his first kill, and don't think that he is going to be using auto aim the whole game. He's just using it to fire through that wall, because there is no way he is going to see through the wall in sniper mode. So that's what I recommend doing when there is an obstacle that you can shoot through. Use auto aim, but other than that, try to aim your shots manually, because it's much more accurate. Well, unless you're shooting at a light tank or something that you're sure you're going to penetrate. Now he pokes here, and he shows that Tiger P the advantage of an autoloader, putting 3 shots into him and finishing him off. And with his last shell he kills the T-29 as well, but he took a lot of damage doing that, so he's now going to back off and reload his tank while he's into cover. There goes Tiger P, a little bit frustrated that he got 3 shot by that great gun that is on the T-54E1, but yeah, everyone will be disappointed if they get killed by an autoloader. Now there are a lot of his teammates in the city, but they are getting sniped from that mid road by 2 T-28 prototypes, and now Zolo 47 is going to put some shots into those. First shot misses, second bounces, third bounces as well. I don't know where those shots are hitting to bounce from the side armor of the T-28 prototype, because the side of the T-28 prototype is really bad, so I don't know where those shots went. They must have hit some other place than the side armor, because the side's really paper thin. And now, as you can see, he's trying to go around. He's relocating, because at the position he was in, there wasn't a lot of things that he could do. And this is something that I'm trying to do more as well. You must constantly think where you are needed on the map, and this will make you a great player, because if you know where to go at what time, you will be able to do things like this. Now he has put 3 shots into that Super Pershing, the 4th one bounces of the Space Armor, but notice if he had stayed in the capture circle, there's no way he would have surprised this Super Pershing, because the Super Pershing was looking towards the cap, and if Zolo 47 was there, he would have probably taken more damage and even got himself killed, because the rest of his teammates died and now he is alone. So initially he thinks that he must relocate, but then he stops to put some shots into that T-28 prototype, and he's having more luck this time, killing him with 2 shots. At this point he is the only one that is able to interfere with the capture circle, so he goes back, and that is the right decision to make, because if he runs away now, it's very likely that the enemy team is going to cap and win the game. So he asks his teammates for help and heads towards the capture circle. And although the Super Pershing replies affirmative and goes around the valley, if you see the minimap there, to support him, he's really far away, and if Zolo 47 waits for him, there's no guarantee that they will manage to decap. So he goes in there, auto aims at the back of the WZ-111, kills him, auto aims at this other tank, which is WZ, I cannot see because the screen is too small, but anyways, he auto aims his first shot, and notice how when the enemy rotated his front towards him, he stopped the auto aim and aimed manually, because it's very likely that when you are auto aiming at the front of the enemy, the shot will bounce off the upper glacis, because the auto aim is just aiming for the middle of the enemy tank profile, and it is not a very good way of firing against heavily armored tanks. So very good use there of the auto aim. First used it only when the enemies were pointing their rear and sights towards him, and then he switched to manual aim. But in the end I wouldn't advise the auto aim, because even if the enemy is pointing his rear towards you, by the way, he's going to make a quick work of that Tiger 1. Even when the enemy is pointing his rear towards you, the auto aim can screw you up, because if the enemy is angled a little bit, the auto aim can hit the angled sight and bounce. So I really wouldn't recommend using it all that much, but I cannot take anything away from him, because he's probably a much better player than me, and he's having a great round. So let's just continue watching as they spot a Yak Tiger 88. Now he's using the third person mode to see, and the Yak Tiger isn't facing him, so he pokes, he puts one into his sight. Using auto aim again, I wouldn't use it all that much, but as I said, he's having a great game, so not taking anything away from him. Does the right thing, tracking the Yak Tiger and allowing his teammate to go behind him. That was very good play to track that Yak Tiger. And probably if he didn't waste his second shot, he could have tracked him earlier, but they took him out nonetheless. Now he's loading his clip of APCR ammo, because the AP shells are only 3 and he will not have a full magazine if he loads the AP, so he switches to his APCR. And in the capture circle, here's the Super Pershing, and he takes him out very easily, as he wasn't facing his direction. Now only the AMX-30 and the T-30 remain, but they can still win the game. They can very easily rush that T-54 Mod 1 and kill him, and Zolo 47 can be one-shotted by the T-30 if the T-30 doesn't roll low, so they still can lose this game. So he very wisely decides to go in the capture circle and put some pressure on the enemies, because if they want to win, they have to come and get him, otherwise they will lose. So that is what I advise you do in those kinds of situations. Just drive into the capture circle and make the enemy come get you. And that's exactly what the T-30 is going to do in just a second. Now the AMX-30 gets spotted and he is rushing back as well, but I believe he's going to get killed. And now there is a T-30, so Zolo backs off, and that is the wise decision here. As I mentioned, he can get one-shotted from the T-30 if he doesn't low roll, so he is not obviously going to risk it. Now the T-54 Mod 1 kills the MX-30, and now there are 3 versus 1. Zolo catches the T-30 unaware, puts one into his side, and now the T-30 kills his teammate. Bad luck there, bouncing off the angled side, and he has to reload now. He could have killed that T-30 because the T-30 was obviously reloading, but he bounced that one shot. And even if that shot went in, he wouldn't have killed him because the T-30 has much more hit points. So it's anyways, he now reloads his last 3 rounds. And now he has to put 2 into the T-30 in order to kill him, so there is no room for mistakes. If he screws up 2 of his shots, he cannot kill him. He has to wait for the T-54 Mod 1 to help him. But let's see if he is going to play his cards right. There's a 50-50 chance that he's going to run into the T-30 if he goes either side of that building, so he's wisely staying in the middle. Hopefully he will spot the T-30 if he makes a move on him. So that's a good play here. He sees that the tree falls down on the other side, so he knows where the T-30 is, and he goes the opposite direction, uses the cover of those 2 dead tanks, puts one into the T-30, the T-30 fires and misses, and now Zolo has the kill on him. Very, very nice game there for Zolo 47, and really enjoyed it. Now there were a few highlights into this replay. The first one when he got overrun at the capture circle. All of his teammates died, but he decided to go back and reset, and even though there were 2 enemy tanks there, he killed them both, and that was really the highlight of the replay in my opinion. Now obviously he was in a great matchup there, being a top tier, and there were no artillery in the game, but nonetheless that was a great game, and if he continues to play like that, he will have a lot more marks of excellence on his gun. Now just a quick look at the post-game stats reveals his excellent performance: ace tanker, Radley Walters, defender, high caliber, top gun, and 8500 damage. Look at that base experience. I mean, that was a great game there, and I really enjoyed it. Now this is going to be for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed as well. Thank you a lot for watching, and good luck on the battlefield.